We are the seekers and discoverers of America's lost mines. Deep underground, there are stories etched in the stone where miners once labored. They are just waiting to be told, and we can find them. The way down may be full of uncertainty, but when we step back into the daylight, you can be sure we will have a tale to tell.
We're ready to begin our mission to document and explore the mine. We got a beautiful day today, blue skies, a little bit of clouds, warm weather. Should be a beautiful, fun trip.
This looks like magnetite right here. You can see the bluish hue, grayish blue color, and there's a very, very slight luster, just enough. It's a very hard rock. It's attracted by a magnet. If you flip to the other side, you can see there's other mineralization on the rock, and this here almost looks micaceous in nature.
So it just wasn't pure enough to sell.
Not as a whole, I don't think.
Yeah, we know this is a horsewhim because what we have right in front of us here is a wimstone. Right here, you can see a hole here, and the hole would have been where you placed the peg for the horsewhim. So the horsewhim would go into here, the peg would sit into the hole here, and that would be the center support for the whim structure that, allowed the horses to go around and rotate the drum in order to raise and lower the ore. So you'd have the horses, and the drum would be up top, and the rope would have wound around the drum and would have made its way over towards the shaft, where there would have been a head frame and a sheave wheel, which would convert which would change the angle of the rope so that it could raise and lower buckets and material in and out of the shaft.
So much history preserved because people can't get down here. You can't just walk right in. Let's do it. Wow, it's amazing what you can see here. They drove trackage along this drift here. There's a lot of erosion that's fallen in from the stope from above, but you can really see the effort that was undertaken. So any of these drill holes here were made as they were advancing the adit drift behind me. And there's evidence of trackage along this drift. This was a main haulage way for multiple stopes. See the evidence of compressed air piping here for pneumatic drills. This piping once was held by these hooks. The wood is just completely deteriorated. These drill holes here all end into the rock, which is indicative that they were driving the tunnel forward. This here is a narrow gauge mine spike. It would have been used to fasten the rail to the ties because this was a major haulage way for transporting the ore from the stopes out to the mouth of the tunnel entrance.
And right now we're at the drift level of the mine. Now as you can see right here, we have one track here. And if you look here, this is where the other track would have been. This bar here is is designed to hold the gauge of the track together so that the rails don't separate. If you look carefully here, you can actually see two ladders down into a lower section of the mine, which is now underwater. You can see one step ladder down here. You know, back when this mine was, when the water was being emptied out of the miner would have been able to climb down there to access all the lower levels of the mine.
What do you guys think is at the very bottom?
I think there could be a lot of original remains left in the mine back in the lower levels. This has probably been filled with water for a long period of time. If you look down here, you can see what looks to be an inclined railway that goes down into the lower sections of the mine. Those cars probably served as skip cars. So the ore from the lower level of the mine was filled in those cars. Those cars would have been hoisted up this inclined railway by means of a hoist. The hoisting cable that would come out from that shaft way up and above. So the cars would have rolled up to some height above here, and the cars would have been dumped into another set of cars that went on the track that's over here. Here, there's another ladder way down into a lower section of the mine. You know, again, you know, we're at the same level as that other ladder way, so it's the same level of water, just another way to get access to lower workings of the mine.
Well, I climbed up pretty close to the top of the stope here. This is far as I can go safely. And the inclination of the stope almost runs completely vertical, almost a 90-degree angle. So you really have to be careful.
But as they continued to mine this stope, and they removed all the iron ore from it, it basically opened up this whole big cavern that we see here today.
Well, this is a nice vantage point. I'm standing up on a pillar of solid ore, and this too was left to keep the excavation intact. It's basically a support mechanism, but it's solid ore, and it's this entire area here is just, you know, solid, hard granite rock. It's not going